Hello, bom dia, galera. You are
Yeah.
watching the review for TUF Brazil.
Brazil.
Sorry, Brazil. The Ultimate Fight. Uh,
Fight.
season. Oh, it's TUF Brazil season
It's
one, isn't it?
one.
Technically,
Yeah, yeah,
episode 12.
yeah.
Um, getting down to the
This
last
is
two fights. Two
this is
fights.
the penultimate episode, isn't it? As in,
Oh,
episode
nice.
13 is the last one.
Okay,
So
so we've got Pepe in the finals for the featherweights and Serafian
Pepe
finals.
versus Serafian.
So this week we got the other featherweight semi-final, which is Honey Jason
Yep.
against Hugo Wolverine,
Yes.
two of the best nicknames in the house.
Yeah. Best
Um,
characters.
it started off this week, obviously with a little bit of a, they just do the breakdown of what they're going to do,
Yeah.
just what do you call it, talking heads with the fighters.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was thinking when Jason was talking, I was thinking at this point I pretty much know what this guy's all about. He's a good guy
Yep.
and he loves a fight.
Yeah.
And I
Good
was
things to
like,
say
I
about him.
was going to like, you could probably say that about everyone in this house. Like,
Yeah.
good guy, loves a fight. Pretty much describes
Pretty,
everyone.
pretty much because there's no arseholes on there really. Gaspar is a little bit, but he's harmless at the end
Yeah,
of the day.
yeah.
So
You can usually tell how much of a, because obviously they edit these things
yeah.
so you can look like more of a dickhead.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
You can usually tell how much of a dickhead someone is by the way other people react to him,
Yeah.
as opposed to what he does. And it
Yeah.
seems
Yeah.
like everyone there is cool with it,
Yeah.
except Rodrigo Dan, but
Yeah, but
he just seems like a bit of a miserable bastard.
he is, man. He's so miserable.
Yeah, but in a cool way, that's sort of part of his charm as well, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
He's just so fucking intense. Um, so yeah, it was like
They started.
that's all I can say about both of them, really. Good
Yeah, they
guys,
started
love
bounding him up.
and
Jason was seemed a bit more like a good all rounder because so far he had a out to get into the house and then he had a tap out
yeah,
in his fight in the house,
yeah,
and generally he seems to be able to be skilled on like a lot of
oh,
different levels.
yeah. He was one of the top picks coming in as well,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
whereas there was a lot of talk about Wolverine being a bit more of a boxer
Yeah,
primarily.
yeah, and a striker as well.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
got the taekwondo as well, which is
Yeah, but
good,
he's got kind of no jiu-jitsu, I think, or very little.
relatively
Wolverine,
speaking.
whereas
It's probably pretty good, but because
it's
he's in
probably good.
Brazil,
But I'm just saying, Ronnie Jason's got jiu-jitsu tattooed on his back,
exactly.
so
Yes, and
it's not at
yeah,
that level.
and trains with the Nogueira brothers as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
That was a nice little surprise.
Ours are nice. Those tattoos are sick. The Nogueira tattoos, like
Oh
that's a
yeah,
very exclusive club you're part of
did you
there,
get one?
without telling them.
Actually, yeah, there was a bit before they came in. I don't know if you spotted it, but it was Vitor when he was talking about the two fighters,
Right.
and he was just doing his usual Vitor the philosopher
The speech.
thing. It was like, but I love it, man. I
But
love
even
love.
I've started switching off though, because I don't remember that bit. I must have
Yeah,
just turned off.
of course. But that's what I love about it.
It's always there. It's consistent. He does it
Yeah,
every week.
yeah. It is who he is.
Yeah.
Vitor the philosopher. Yeah. Um.
It's so
Yeah.
funny that when the Nogueira brothers come in, they get so much respect
Oh, you
It's
got
from
to love it.
everyone.
Man. You got to.
It,
Yeah.
it's
Instantly, it's like they came in and it was love from everyone, wasn't it?
yeah, it's like
And
they're
then
like
they
what?
came in with the green shirts though,
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, 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 that's right.
and I was kind of like, rah, like
What happened there?
why green shirts? And then they were like, oh yeah, we're here because we want to see Jason because he
That's
trains
right.
with us.
Yeah, yeah,
Blah,
he's
blah,
the
blah. I
fighter.
was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, he's on the blue team. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah,
But he
you're right.
called him out. He called him out on it, didn't he? And he was like,
Yeah,
"What are you
yeah,
doing?"
yeah. Yeah. Well, you were in the wrong. There was, I reckon, it was an administrative fuck up.
And then Verdun called him out as well. Did you see? He put
Yeah,
the blue.
yeah, yeah. So in the blue.
But I think they're called Vitor as well, aren't they? They just seem.
Well, it's weird because when Shogun came in, he was wearing a blue shirt.
No,
Like,
Shogun. Shogun was just wearing his own top.
was he? I swear he was
Yeah.
wearing a blue shirt. Oh no, when he was at the fight, he was wearing a blue shirt. Then
No.
no.
Oh wait,
At some point, he was wearing a blue shirt.
when he was at the fight, yeah. I think
Right.
it
Okay. I
was.
don't know
In
where, but
fact, I think this is just off memory. I think he turned up to the fight in a grey shirt,
oh,
and they
okay.
must have said, "Look, you got to be wearing some kind of
You got to wear
UFC."
one of the colours. Yeah.
Yeah, just something with UFC on it for fuck's sake.
So she had to pick a random one. Okay.
Yeah, so it's probably what happened with the Nogs as well. It's just like, just stick that on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Going in there. But there was one thing I noticed though when they were talking. Rodrigo was when he was standing and holding his arm like that
Right.
as he stood. And I don't know. I was thinking, is that just his mannerisms where he just sort of stands like that anyway,
Yeah.
or is that something to do with when Frank Mir broke his arm? Because it looked like he was supporting one arm on his other arm, if you know what I mean.
Right. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Because it was kind of...
Because it wasn't that long ago. You're right, and it must take a long while to heal.
Because I spotted it and I was like, it looks like he's holding his own arm.
Right.
It's like a bit of a weird way to stand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was like, fuck, I wonder if it's anything to do with the broken arm. Is that just the way he holds his arm anyway?
God knows, yeah.
Or is it fucked? But he's fighting again soon, isn't he?
Oh, really? I would have thought you'd have been out for like a year with that kind
That's
of
what
break,
I thought
man.
as well.
That's a serious break.
I know. That's your upper arm. That's not your
Where
forearm.
did he break it? Like there?
Yeah, upper arm.
Right.
Humerus.
Right.
So can you imagine that? Can you imagine that bone breaking?
Yeah.
Like this
that's
one, you can
ridiculous.
understand.
Yeah,
But that
yeah.
must hurt. I doubt there's many people in the world who could have their humerus snapped and just lie there and be like, nah,
Look at it. Yeah.
No screaming, no wincing, no. It just literally his face didn't.
It's
change.
like there was no reaction to just the arm snapping. That's so strange.
Yeah, he's just like.
I guess he's never. It's possible he's never really been in that position, in that move. Like recently, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I think if you train in jiu-jitsu, you're probably getting in stuff all the time.
Right, yeah. It's just, I just still find it odd that he just didn't tap. That's just, I know he's Nogueira. But
yeah, he's Nogueira, man.
Simple as that.
So I'll show you a pride.
He's like the Undertaker from wrestling. That's how much respect he gets.
He is. He's I'll show you a fight he had in Pride against Bob Sapp.
Oh right, yeah.
And you'll know why he don't tap.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll have to watch that.
He's a beast.
Yeah. But they really highly, the Nogueira brothers really hate Ronnie Jason, like highly. Like they regard him as a very, very talented fighter.
Yeah, they were saying, well, he said he's his best fighter.
Like he's one of his best talents, kind of thing.
Yeah, he's fighting Czech Congo next month.
Oh wow, fucking hell!
Right.
You just got your arm broken against Frank Mir, and now you're gonna take on Czech Congo, and you're near the end of your career. Fucking hell.
To be fair though, in that Mir fight, Mir was fucking rocked.
Yeah, that's true.
And the only reason it went to the floor is because Nogueira wanted to finish him off on the floor, didn't he?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I
wonder if he wanted to prove a point of like, because people do say Frank Mir's the best jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. There was a bit of a, if I can tap this guy out, then I am definitely the best jiu-jitsu heavyweight.
Kind of backfired on him.
Big time. Fucking hell.
Actually, Frank Mir is pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
But fair enough, man. Fair enough. So yeah, I mean, as we said, leading into all the semi-finals, it's hard to pick. It's really hard to pick
who could win the fight?
Who to win? Yeah. It's like,
I like how we've just totally glossed over kind of Shogun because again, like I mentioned in episode 11, it's like we don't know what these guys' personality could be like because we never see them in Brazil talking Portuguese.
But Shogun seemed like a really cool guy to me.
Again, I don't think I learned anything about him as a person. It was all quite like, oh, how's it going? All right, so this is the house, yeah? All right, cool. That's what
the Machida one was a bit like as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost like the token. But yeah, it was a fucking guest bonanza this week, wasn't it?
Yeah. Three fighters from Brazil.
Both Nogueiras and Shogun. Because I was wondering if they're going to bring Shogun's brother in as well.
I forgot about him. Yeah. Okay. Brother match. Like, that'd be good. A tag team, the first ever tag team MMA match.
Who is against the Nogueiras? Yeah.
That could work actually, a tag team match, because we were talking earlier about, do you reckon we'll ever see a three-way fight in MMA? So 3 people taking each other on.
Not happening.
Yeah, but could a tag team fight work?
I suppose so.
Where it's like the idea is you're fighting, you can tag out at any time.
Yeah, how do you do? Would you have to slap hands though? Because it would.
Yeah.
You got getting your ass kicked.
Yeah, as soon as the hand is touched, the fight is paused, kind of thing.
If you're getting your ass kicked,
like what they wouldn't do is allow that thing that they do in wrestling, where when you tag, you've got 5 seconds where you can both beat him up.
Yeah. Not only that, it's like if someone's got you in full mount
Yeah.
and is grounding and pounding you, and
Right.
your teammates on the other side of the cage,
Right.
what are you gonna do? You're fucked.
Nothing. Yeah.
So you lose anyway. So
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot of benefit to
But I'd
having the
like to
tag
think
there.
the guy grounding and pounding has got him in his corner, so he can keep pounding him till he gets tired, then tagging his mate
He
to
jumps on.
take over.
Oh, I suppose so.
That's
I
game over, mate. That is
can't see that
game
working, to be
over.
honest. Um,
Well, anyway,
yeah,
back
no,
to
man.
normal fighting.
I thought Shogun was very well received by the
Okay.
fighters, though.
Right.
The
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
that
yeah. It's very
the way
respected.
they
A lot of
reacted
them were like,
again.
he's my inspiration. Like, we forget he's old. He's an old. Well,
Been
he
around,
started so
yeah.
young that he's actually now of like regular age kind of thing.
But he was in Pride for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. He was like what 21 when he started in Pride or something, or
Yeah,
maybe even
yeah.
18. He was very young.
Well, have you seen that video of him fighting in someone's house?
No, how old
As
is
a
he there?
teenager. I'll
Like,
send you that. I'll tweet it.
like 16, 17 or something.
In fact, I think I did tweet it.
Oh, okay.
But, not obviously not to you.
Yeah.
I did it on behalf of the show. Um, but yeah, there was just one thing we talk about a lot as well is how we, as time goes on, we like learning more about the fight game.
All right, okay.
There was a nice bit of advice that Vitor gave Wolverine, which is that your front hand controls the fight.
Yeah, whether you're sumo or boxing or Thai, whatever.
Anything,
Yeah.
every discipline.
Fencing even, same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah. But yeah, if you're boxing, you're using your jab to get in. You're using your hand for takedowns or jiu-jitsu, grabbing wrists, and
Yeah, yeah,
it all comes from that front hand. I was like, yeah, I never thought of it like that.
yeah. There's a lot of
Pretty
control
interesting.
with that front hand. I was just
Yeah,
sorry. I was just thinking how cool it'd be to see fencing with two swords.
on in each hand.
Yeah, like it'd become a different sport entirely.
What would they do?
Jab, jab, cross.
Would you still have one? Would you still have a front hand and a back
Yeah, yeah, I
hand
reckon. Yeah, what as opposed to just standing there like that,
coming in two on? Yeah, straight on.
like a tank.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, right then. So round one, it was a
Oh wait, you going straight into the
yeah,
fight?
unless you got something else.
I was going to say, well, there's one little observation I had, which was because it's a pretty good example actually of all season we've been wondering where we have to rely on subtitles
Right. Okay. Yeah.
to understand, because obviously neither of us speak Portuguese. So we've had a few moments where we've been like, is that what he really said? Or is that been lost in translation there? And before the fight, Jason was talking about a theory that he had.
Right.
And so I wrote it down word for word what the translation was. So you tell me if this makes any
Oh,
sense.
you know what? This was the bit where I think I read it and I thought, well, I need to rewind that, but I can't be bothered.
Right, okay.
So yeah, there was
Because
a definite bit when it's like, hold on, what the fuck?
I did rewind it
Okay.
and then wrote it down. So
Yeah.
it says Hugo is in my way with you so far.
Right.
I don't like to step on anyone's toes. I prefer to ask him to let me pass. So I'm kind of understand that. So he's like, this guy's in my way.
He's a bit like Gandhi.
I don't want to just step on your toes.
Yeah.
So, but then the way they did it, they cut off half the sentence. It was like dot dot dot. So
Right.
what he actually said was, I prefer to ask him to let me pass with a punch. They don't hurt.
Yeah. What?
Love is paid with love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's to me that's the ramblings of a mental case. That made no sense. So either the subtitles are wrong or you're just a bit crazy.
Yeah. But then he kind of brought it back. He said, so he strikes me, I strike him back.
All
And
right.
see who falls down first.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like the conclusion made sense, but the rest
Yeah, he
of
wrapped
the
it
rest
up.
of it. Yeah.
He saved it at the end.
Yeah.
Wrapped it up, but it's like, yeah, that bit in the middle, bit confusing. But anyway, yeah. So going into the fight, this was a tough one to watch for me going in.
Really?
Because
How
it's
come?
like, I love both these guys, man.
Oh, okay.
Don't want either of them to lose,
Yeah.
but somebody has to. So
Round one, I've just put great fucking round. I put Jason was basically there was a key point where it was the eye poke. It was a pretty harsh eye poke halfway through that round.
That's the first time. That's the first time I've ever seen someone's eyeball bleeding.
Yeah, yeah, you could see there was a definite red scratch on the white bit,
Yeah.
and like prior to that eye poke, I thought they were pretty even exchanges, but Ronnie Jason was just starting to edge it, and then the
Mm.
eye poke happened, and you could see something sort of changed him mentally for a bit because then it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
Wolverine was giving it to him, and he smelt a little bit of blood. Like, okay, I think I can get the edge here now. But
Yeah.
then
He was a bit shaken up by it, wasn't he?
I think by the end it had evened up again. It was like they were both just going for it
It
now.
was basically the way it was working out was they were sort of feeling each other out, a bit of
Yeah,
feeling out. No one was taking any risks.
yeah,
Um, but they were both trying to pick their shots.
yeah.
But when they did pick the shots, they fucking went for it all
Yeah,
out.
they were
Like
looking for the KO
power,
hard.
power punches,
Yeah,
and then not just. I mean, it was a lot of power punches early on, but then we'll get into it. But as the fight progressed, there was kicks, flying knees,
oh, the
elbows.
amount of flying knees that Ronnie, what's his name,
Oh,
Ronnie Jason was throwing,
oh,
man.
yeah. But yeah, he got dropped as well. Ronnie in the first round as well.
Yeah, kind of,
He got dropped,
because
and
they were
then
just going. Yeah,
Wolverine wanted no part of his guard. He was just like,
yeah,
get
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. Not getting
Son.
into that game.
Yeah, I'm not getting in
You
there.
saw
So
them training that as well. He's like, look, if you're winning, just kick him in the legs. If you're behind, make him stand up, and that's
yeah,
sort of what
yeah.
was happening
And then I noticed there's something I noticed as well. Then after that round, I feel Cordero stays in his flip flops.
all the time.
Like when he's doing pad work, he's wearing
Yeah,
flip flops. When he's coming he's bringing ice in. When he's in your corner,
yeah.
doing pads, doing your training, he just keeps them flip flops on, man. He don't
He's Brazilian, man.
love it. Yeah.
So how did you score that first round?
E- Probably I would still just edge it to Jason just because obviously the eye poke isn't a legal move
Yeah,
for a start, but he was a little bit more aggressive
yeah,
uh,
just
and a
slightly.
little
I
bit
thought.
more accurate,
Yeah, yeah,
with his strikes. And to be honest with you, I pretty much say the same about him in every round. Like it was tight.
that's sort of what was going on. Yeah, you're right.
It was tight, but Jason was a bit more aggressive, a bit more accurate, a bit more octagon control.
Yeah,
And then he had. Well, we'll get into it now, but yeah. So second round again, same thing. Both picking their shots, both really going for it. I did notice as well, like Mario Yamazaki. I love him,
yeah.
but he came out and said to him, "Be careful with that eye. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to call the doctor." And I was like, "Okay, fair enough, but how are you supposed to be careful?"
Yeah, like what do you want me to
Fucking
do?
MMA
Like,
fight.
do you want me to go out like this?
Yeah, just swinging.
Yeah, like it's almost like he's blaming him. Like, look, if you get that eye hurt again, and maybe that's what he's saying to him. Like, you're in danger of stopping the fight if you let that eye get any more injured. I think that's what he
Yeah.
meant. Yeah.
Maybe that he's saying, yeah. Because I was going to say, if he sees a jab coming, he'd be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, is it?
But it felt like every time they got close, these two guys, to like there was like they would stay a good distance from each other, then they would both get close and just start exchanging, and it would get wilder and wilder, and there'd be a lot of misses, but it always felt like Wolverine was missing more than he
Little
was. So
bit more.
like Ronnie Jason might miss by that much, but Wolverine's punches were missing by that much, and that's what made
Yeah.
the difference.
But also, I think Jason was kind of pressing the action a little bit more, especially second, third round.
He was walking forward more, yeah.
He was walking forward a bit
Yeah.
more. And that, just the visual of that.
Yeah, well, that's octagon
Probably-
control, isn't it? Basically, I think that's what they
Exactly.
include, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
And he was sort of getting like half a takedown as well, nearly.
Yeah.
There were so many nearly bits.
Yeah, exactly. It was very close all the way through, really.
Yeah.
There was a nice exchange when they came out for the third round. It's like, no, normally guys will sort of
Yeah.
just touch gloves.
Yeah, yeah.
They had a little touch of gloves,
Yeah,
and they had a hug,
yeah, yeah.
and then it was like, yeah, and then they fucking
Then they
slapped
touched
hands.
fists, yeah.
Then it was like, yeah, let's go, yeah.
Because it was becoming clear that, to me, like, Ronnie Jason fucking loves fighting, man. When I say
Yeah.
loves fighting, doesn't mean like he looks like when he's actually in the octagon fighting, he's just having a great time. He's like,
Yeah.
I couldn't wish to be anywhere better than here right now.
Yeah. Because that last handshake, it was both like when he went for it, he was like, yeah, let's
Yeah.
go, let's go. And
And
it's
how-
like that little moment to me, represents the whole series.
Yes, yes, yeah,
It's
you're
like
right.
a hug, we have a
Yeah,
hug,
yeah,
and now we're gonna fuck each
yeah.
other up. It's gonna be great.
That is TUF Brazil in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Uh,
and you know the corner talk before the first round. How intense was that? It felt like there was just a lot of panic going on.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
between like it was like
Jason
it felt like a film a little bit. Like there wasn't any technical advice. It was just like emotional shit.
Jason looked in a bad way as well. He
Yeah, he
looked
looked
fucked.
really tired. Yeah,
And then he came out third round and
yeah.
same story really,
That was
man.
it. I think he just that was the best example of him dominating.
And well, I'd say as well, again, it was fairly similar to the first and second round, but
Yeah.
he got a big takedown with a minute left.
Yes, he got
I
the
think
takedown,
that sealed the fight for him.
and that's
Vitor said that as well, didn't
and that's probably why. Like it felt like okay, Hugo Wolverine. This is where you need to have a ground game. When a fight is going like this, you need to be able to take someone down and change
he?
it
Yeah.
up.
Because
But he
people
just
will steal rounds.
yeah, because he never had that option. It's like if I go
No,
to the ground, that will probably finish me.
no.
But it's like they were so hyped up for this fight by the end of the third round. Did you notice how many times they had to be told, right, the fight is over. The fight is over. There's no
Yeah,
fourth round. It's finished.
that,
This war is
that.
ended.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like
But,
everyone was like,
but was
come
that
on,
not
more.
the coaches who were saying that?
I don't know. It just felt like a lot of different people were saying this
Because there was a
because,
weird moment where Vanderlei was like, "Look, don't worry, it's over."
yeah.
And then I got that moment of like, "Oh shit, why did he say that?" Like, it's just, you know what I mean, jinxing it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, oh god, they're gonna do a fucking fourth round, but no, it wasn't. It was fine. Um, but
But then,
yeah,
yeah.
fucking, felt very happy for Jason. You could tell how
Yeah,
much it
yeah.
meant to him.
And there's a lot of respect all round. Like everyone gave Wolverine the respect he
Yeah,
deserved.
there was a great where as he's walking out, Vitor was like, "Yeah, keep your head up, man. Be
Yeah.
proud." And he was like, as he was walking out of the cage, it was like he was forcibly holding his head up,
Yeah,
like,
even though I didn't
"Yeah,
want to be there. Yeah.
keeping my fucking head up,
He
no
didn't
matter
want to
what."
be there. The head was like, no, down. He's like, no.
Yeah, he's like, "No." It was, yeah, that's exactly what he looked like. He's
Just
just forcing his head up, like,
Fighting,
yeah,
fighting his own neck muscles. Just
yeah. I will not be disappointed. And then he got in the locker room again, and you could see he was trying to fight it still,
it
wasn't he?
was,
He was like,
yeah,
he didn't want to cry, but he
yeah.
just couldn't help it.
Can't hold that shit back, man. Come on, man.
Let it
It's
fly.
been
It's
it's been
TUF
12
Brazil,
it's
man.
been 12 episodes. You know
Yeah,
you can't hold that shit back.
yeah. This is how they roll, man.
I also like the way
Let it fly.
I like the way Ronnie Jason after the fight suddenly comes out with something like, yeah, I think I'll make future fights last longer because it's more exciting. And I think he
Yeah,
meant for him, he's like, because he's just worked out that, hold on, so if I don't knock them out or tap them out, then I get to fight more? Brilliant. Yes.
yeah, yeah. 3 rounds of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's
I'll
like, yeah,
take that, please. Yes,
I'll do that
please.
again. I'll do that again. Oh
But
shit.
there was a great quote from Wolverine, which is "Defeat is a great master." Fucking
Yeah,
love that quote.
yeah. And I'm a student.
Yeah.
Love it. So then, yeah, we got the Sky product placement.
Oh God, was it the same guy?
Yeah,
Right.
that
So
was
we now know he's a comedian, right?
yeah.
Our
He's an
our fans have told us this.
ex soap opera star
Yes.
who's now become a stand-up comedian.
Right. Who?
Obviously, like a who's that cunt on Sky over here? James Corden,
Right. Okay.
that type of guy. I
That
think.
type of personality. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Because when you said like a soap star who's become a comedian, and I was about to say, and having failed that, is now working full time for
Working
Sky.
for Sky, it's a salesman.
Yeah.
Just goes
That's
door
just
to
his
door.
regular job, man.
Yeah,
It's just a coincidence that he used
it
to.
wasn't even planned.
Yeah.
He was going door to door, and he just came to the house by accident.
He was just knocking on every door, and it's like, well, yeah, okay,
Uh,
let's stick this on TV.
but yeah, to be honest, I've got nothing to say about that.
No.
Okay, we just lost Chris there. We're having some Skype issues. We were just wrapping up the episode, so getting to the point where it's Ronnie Jason versus Pepe in the final. They're both on Team Wanderlei, so at last, Team Wandy is guaranteed a win next week. It should be a sick jiu-jitsu match. Both of these guys have got some high-level jiu-jitsu ground game. And there was a great bit of product placement with the guy from Sky. I quite enjoyed the bit where they blended together again the show and some advertising with the 1, 2, 3 Team Vitor and Team Sky. So long may that continue. Chris sent me a message on WhatsApp saying that he would bet anything that Bodeo will win, and also I want to see Muchanch lose, as he's a little bit annoying and he follows Vitor and is a bit of an arse kisser. So looking forward to next week, the final episode. See you again soon. Thank you. TUF Brazil!